Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we are doing the 2023 top 10s, as we are going to start the 135-pound lightweight division with the dropouts, the guys that were in the top 10 last year but dropped out of the top 10 heading into this year. So before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. So jumping into the lightweights now, and the guys that dropped out. Basically, as I said, the guys that were in it last year and dropped out heading into this year for whatever reason. We'll go lowest to highest, and we'll talk about why they dropped out. So we start with Gustavo Lemos, 27-year-old contender, undefeated. He entered the year number 10, and he was coming off of a big win that made him the mandatory #1 challenger in the IBF when he knocked out Lee Selby, who was a former featherweight champ. And this was a big deal because Lee Selby had really made a case for himself when he lost a very close split decision to George Kambosos, and then Kambosos went on to beat Teofimo Lopez after becoming mandatory challenger. A lot of people thought Selby might have won that fight. I'm included. I thought Selby beat Kambosos that night. It was a close fight though. And then so for Gustavo Lemos, it was a big fight. And Lemos had knocked him out and entered the year kind of hot and was the #1 contender in the IBF, and then did not fight pretty much almost the whole year. Then he returned, and it was at 140 pounds. He returned and got a knockout win, and it was at 140. So it would appear that he's dropped out because he moved to 140. So that's all I can see. I know he's not ranked anymore by the IBF, and that's what's going on with Lemos. Next guy to drop out is Jeremiah Nakathila. He previously was number 9, and he's 34 years old now, but he previously was number 9, and he came in kind of hot. He was coming off of his career best win in 2022 when he knocked out former #1 junior lightweight in the world, Miguel Berchelt, impressively. So heading into the year, there was a lot of promise around Nakathila, and a lot of people were, waiting to see what he was going to do. And he would take on undefeated prospect contender on the rise, Raymond Muratalla, and it was on the undercard of Lomachenko and Haney, so it was a big deal. And he would get his ass thoroughly knocked out in just 2 rounds, and that would be it. And then later in the year when he returned, he got knocked out again. So he drops out because he's been knocked out twice now in 2023. 34 years old, gonna be tough to bounce back from that. I don't see Nakathila busting back into the top 10 this year. We'll see what happens with him, but a tough year for Jeremiah Nakathila. And then finally, the last guy to drop out was the previous #1, and that is the former undisputed champion, Devin Haney. And Devin Haney entered the year @1. He got the controversial decision win over Vasily Lomachenko, and then lost a... gave up all his belts at 135 and moved up to 140, and won the 140-pound title by defeating Regis Prograis. So that's pretty much why Haney dropped out. He just decided that 140 was too tough to make. He couldn't get the desired showdown with Tank Davis that he wanted, so he decided to just call it quits, and and that was all she wrote for Devin Haney in the lightweight division. So that's pretty much it. That is the 2023 top 10, the dropouts, the guys that dropped out of the top 10 from last year. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, Smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.